Our next speaker will be Brendan Besh, member of the rugby team, president of the Pro-Life Club. Welcome to Brendan.
Good morning. I'd like to share you all just a quick reflection about how much my father means to me. Now, when Father Fitzgerald asked me if I was able to do this talk, I said yes, but I became a little bit nervous. Now, don't worry, Dad, it's not because I don't have anything to talk about, but it's because, sometimes I'm just nervous at showing my dad how much he means to me. I could write volumes upon volumes about how great of a guy he is, but when it comes down to it, I just don't want to appear, unmanly to him. Well, here I am now talking about how great my dad is, and by doing that, I'm going to look at 3 of the lessons he's taught me over the years, and no, cooking is not one of those lessons, although it's a good lesson. But the first lesson I'd like to share with about how my dad has impacted me is the importance of understanding God's plan. Now, I, like my father, am a caring man who wants to know what to do with his life and how to do it. The problem is that my dad, he's the hardworking man. He has had to work late nights, business trips, holidays, while, he's been putting his family on his back and just providing no matter what happens. I, on the other hand, am the overthinker. I think a lot more than I actually do. And so it's hard sometimes for me while I'm thinking about where am I going to go to college, what am I supposed to do with my life, all these big questions. I'm sitting around panicking while my dad actually, goes around and does things. But I often get, that's where my dad's really just awesome for me. He comes up to me, he says, I know that you're worried about everything, including college and life and everything, but God already has a plan for you. All you have to do is be the best person you can be and accept the things he has to offer you. His understanding through his hard work and experience was crucial for me to hear. All I wanted to do was try to figure out my own way. My dad has always turned to God with his problems, and that is why I try to do the same. Because through his example, I understand that God loves me and will guide me. The second lesson my dad taught me was to be passionate about everything I do. Life is too short could be summarized as my dad's catchphrase. He lives in the now and won't do anything that his heart isn't fully invested in. He may be a successful chef, but his passion extends to everything he does, including his family's friend and faith. When I had to make a tough decision about whether or not I should play football anymore, his advice was simple. If you love it, keep doing it. But if you love something else, then quit. And so with his advice, I was able to become a more active member of my family, being able to frequently visit my grandparents and help them out as much as I can. And I was able to follow my own passion, become a part of the pro-life cause by becoming the president of the Pro-Life Club here at Jesuit. Do what you love and do it well, he always tells me, and I will try to follow his wisdom as long as I live. The final lesson of his that I'd like to share with you all is to be a Christian gentleman. My dad never graduated from Jesuit High School, but being a man for others and a man of faith was never an alien concept in the Besh household. And I was already with this philosophy thanks to my dad. He puts his service, respect, and belief in God in full presence in his life. Character is defined by doing what is right even when no one is looking, is a phrase that can summarize his belief of being a gentleman. He lives every day as if it was his last, and with the same moral foundation. I've never lived up to his level of faith and service because, frankly, I've just been too selfish. For example, every Christmas, my dad cooks a Christmas dinner for several families in need, and I've rarely ever helped because it seemed like too much work. I always wanted to enjoy my days off, before Christmas, relaxing, hanging out with friends, not putting together large amounts of food, for people I don't even know. I usually would, help out a bit and see if I can get out of it later in the day so I can go hang out with friends. But, over the last couple of years, I'm starting to understand how much that service really means and how much, as a Christian, we're required to serve those who we don't even know and, just be people of love. This year, I think I finally understand how important this act of service is. And I helped my father with the same zeal for service that he had in his own heart. He asked me why I was helping so much and getting up so early. And I replied with another one of his many catchphrases, I'll sleep when I'm dead, Dad. My dad has shown through his service that service done to others is service done to God. Now, these lessons and all of my dad's lessons need to be followed more carefully by me, but I hope that all the sons out there can examine all the lessons their fathers have to give to them and listen to them better. Maybe we can all better our lives by trying to be more like these amazing men before us. This year, I'm going to try to follow my dad's example more fully, and I'm also going to express how much I love him too. Thank you so much, Dad, for being the great man and great role model that you have been to me. I love you. Thank you, dads gathered here today, for being the great role models you've been for your sons. Thank you.